So, what would happen to your business if you couldn't work for a week? Or what about a month? What about 3 months? What if something happened and you weren't able to work? So that maybe doesn't mean something happened to you where you were like incapacitated or something. But what happens if like your spouse is diagnosed with cancer, or your house burns down, or something happens in your life that causes you to just not be able to work for a while? What would happen to your business? Would it just disappear? Would it blow up? How are you ready for those periods of time when you can't work for a while? Because it may be that right now we think about our business and we think about taking time off as like a good thing, in the sense that if we can take time off, then we are going on vacation, and it's a good thing that we're thinking about. And sometimes that is not really a big enough driver for us to prep for our departure from the company. Because, being excited about what you do and that feeling of like momentum, and you're getting stuff done, and this is cool, and I'm shipping all this stuff, and like you get caught up, and that can sustain you for a long time. But there will come a point when you just can't do that anymore. So being able to prep our business so that we can step away, and it doesn't take months of time to be able to create the systems that we need so that we can step away. Because when we talk about vacation, maybe we do have that time and we have that months, but when we talk about like a natural disaster for our business, so what I was talking about before, then we don't have months. Like, that's happening to us right now, and we need to deal with it right now. So we need to be prepared for that. And what does that look like? Well, I think that really it starts with, what would you do in that scenario? So what is the worst case scenario for your business? And then what would you do? Like, what if your business didn't bring in revenue for 3 months? So, okay, that's a scenario. My business isn't bringing in revenue for 3 months. What is the minimum amount of money that I need to be able to pay my bills, like keep the lights on at my house? Do I have to go and get a job somewhere? Like, maybe I go and I'm like stocking shelves at a store somewhere. Am I okay with that? Is that a thing that I can do if my business suddenly wasn't bringing in money? Or do I need to put enough in savings away so that I don't have to do that? I have 3 months of cash sitting in the bank so that I can pay my bills. What happens when this sort of bomb goes off in our life, and maybe we can work, but we really aren't fully showing up to our business? And this happens even in our like within a month. It can be, I just don't feel so good, and then like I'm back to my 10 or whatever. Like our energy levels even fluctuate. So what does it mean in your business to do the minimum viable effort? Like yesterday I was talking about minimum viable products, and now I'm thinking about, what is the minimum amount of effort that I need to put into my business to keep it going, just to keep the lights on, basically. And just knowing, like, am I okay with that? Am I okay with doing that amount of effort for a short period of time? Because it could be at some point that you do end up needing to only put in the minimum viable effort. And if you don't spend some time beforehand and really understanding what that is, then in that moment when you need to be only putting in that much effort into your business, it's going to be a lot harder to know what that is, because you're going to have a lot of other things on your brain, and that emotional piece, like you're going to be emotionally jacked up about whatever's going on. So you don't want to be spending that time trying to figure out, what do I need to do in my business? So I encourage you to think about the scenarios in your business and think about scenarios in your life that impact your business, and then just do a bit of thinking about it, little journaling maybe, and just see what you can come up with in terms of a plan, because usually what we come up with for ourselves is exactly what we need in that time if that happens in our lives later. So I encourage you to just try that exercise. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I would rather be a little bit uncomfortable now and be prepared for a disaster in the future than just be totally caught off guard in the future and not be able to work through it. If you are thinking about what scenarios can I think about, or how do I even know how to work through one of these scenarios, I'd love to hear about what you're thinking about. You can leave a comment for me, and I'd love to chat with you. If you're thinking that finances are a big part of trying to get everything in order, I have a free PDF for you about the things that small business owners tend to make mistakes around and how to fix those. So I have left the link to that in the description, and I'd love to chat with you. So leave a comment for me in below there. It's below. I'll see you tomorrow.